Hey, I'm Supats, lifelong solopreneur. Now living my life with only one passion to help solopreneurs to launch their digital products on fast track so that they can be profitable as fast as within 1 week, and they want to scale, they can join the membership. And as a bonus, I show them how they can sell their digital products all over the world using affiliates. Without further delay, let's get started. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to New Beginning Inspiration for You podcast. And as our promise, we have a special guest today. Today's guest has such an amazing background that it impressed me, and I'm pretty sure it will impress you. He is a four-time founder, okay? He's three-time author, and he's CEO of Freedom Chat. We have no other than Tanner Haas. So Tanner, welcome to our platform. We are really excited to talk to you. So just let's get started. We want to know more about your story, how you got
Thank you so
started into
much for
your
having me on.
business.
So, would you like me to start with just how it all started, Freedom Chat? What would you and your viewers like to hear?
Okay, okay. So first of all, yeah, my viewers would like to know, that is the first thing. Who is your ideal client and how
hmm
can you transform their
So,
lives?
Freedom Chat is a world-class, I mean, to put it in simple terms, we're the most private messaging app on the planet. We allow people to send any image, video, text, gift, whatever, completely private. Um, So it's end-to-end encrypted, meaning nobody but the intended recipient can see it. We don't store messages on our server, so as soon as a message is successfully delivered, it's removed from our server and only kept on each user's device. We have no commercial use of user data. And then we also prevent screenshots, screen recordings. You can edit, unsend, self-destruct message. So we're giving users the same power, same privacy tools as the spoken word, which to me, everybody should be diligent and care about their privacy. It's really a global thing. It's only going to continue to get worse. So everybody should be sure that what they say, even if it's to your wife, your husband, kids, grandparents, friend, it should be private. So that's what we have created, and we're looking to compete with WhatsApp and all these other larger messaging apps that just aren't as private and can't offer what Freedom Chat can offer.
Absolutely. There are some specific settings which nobody checks. Like Google is allowed to listen
It's
to
pretty
what we
terrifying.
talk. And it is very terrifying, and means basically I remember I was talking to, and it's not just Google, even Apple and all. I remember my friend was telling me that she was talking to her husband and they were planning about a trip, and the moment they opened the laptop, and the only thing popped up with all the
Yeah,
trips they were
that's
talking about. How did you come to know? Why are you tracking everything what we are saying? It is so much needed. Privacy is so critical. It is so needed. And really, I really applaud what work you are doing. It is so much needed. Yeah. So what challenges did you face and how did you overcome? Because it is not
no.
simple project.
Um,
Yeah.
it's so this is the fourth company I've started. The previous three I sold two. One of them was shut down for regulatory reasons, and it was an online autism test. So each company I've seen has gotten progressively more difficult. The upside's more exciting, but Freedom Chat is on a whole new level of difficulty because when you're creating something that's truly private with no backdoors, with the features that users have come to expect, whether that's WhatsApp, Google. I mean, these companies are some of the most well-funded, largest companies on the planet. They've put a lot of money developing these features. So we had to build a product that is near or at that level in terms of user-friendly features, but then deliver world-class security, which is what we've done. So I mean, there have been many, many times I felt like quitting, many times that I've been like, this is impossible. And as an entrepreneur, you kind of just have to, like, you can think those thoughts for a few minutes. You can pout and, wow, how am I going to do this for a few minutes? But then you kind of have to snap back out of it and say, I'm going to do this no matter what it takes. I'm going to get it done no matter how long it takes. And when you start to think like that, not, oh, I need to get it done with this time frame. No, I'm going to get it done. I don't care how long it takes, what I have to do. I'm going to get it done and deliver what I set out to do. And I mean, there have been, I'd say, 3 or 4 times where I've like really questioned, can we do this? And then we keep pushing, and then a breakthrough happens. And that's just the nature of it. Like, just when you feel like you're going to quit and you should quit, that's the exact moment you need to keep going.
Absolutely right. That's absolutely right. So, what is the big mistake you did, and what did you
Big
learn from it?
mistake was launching too early, trying to get user feedback, because in the startup space, there's a common theme, which is your MVP, or minimum viable product, which is you just put out the minimum you can get to, to get some users. And I think when you're working with something related to security, you can't do that. You when you need it to be at a certain level, you can't do that. It's great if you introduce a whole new market. Yeah, you can put out the minimum viable product, you can test it, you can get user feedback. But for us, we launched too early. This was 2 years ago. We got 30,000 downloads in 30 days. Like, we blew up. We were one of the top 100 most downloaded social apps in the world. But when people downloaded the product, it sucked. It wasn't fast enough. Didn't have the features, and that really showed me like, okay, it's going to take longer than I thought. It's going to be more difficult than I thought. But that is the biggest lesson. So I think there's two type of, I mean, there's more than two, but I'd say generally there's two types of entrepreneurs. If you're the one that moves super fast, wants to just go, 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 sometimes it helps to be a little patient. Like, just let things unfold, take more time on your product. But some people move too slowly and they just are never ready. You got to
Oh,
balance
yeah.
it. You can't move too quickly, but you also can't move too slow. You're a startup. You got to get going. So for me, because I'm always go, 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 taking a step back is actually some of the best advice I could give. Is like, don't neglect your product. Make sure it does what it says, it's what you say it can do. Make sure the features are there, make sure users will like it, and then push ahead.
You are absolutely right, because most of the entrepreneurs I came across, they are in the second category. They just want to be perfect, and then just to be perfect, they just keep on procrastinating, and they never launch. So research shows that most solopreneurs quit their business
Which
before
is
launching
sad.
their first product. And yeah, yeah, which is sad, but yeah, you are absolutely right. There should be balance. There should be balance. So, see, I clearly see your project is not at all easy. But how did you find the passion and purpose, and how are you putting your passion and purpose into your
I
project?
think a lot of people have this misconception as well about companies and startups, is usually ideas ideas don't come fully formed. Like, they never come out fully formed. I didn't have this brilliant idea, oh, we're going to do this, and I didn't have this passion. It's kind of like a relationship, meaning you might have this good idea, you might think of dating this person, but the more you're with them, the more passionate you become. So the longer you work on your company, the more passionate it become. And then it's like, this is a part of you. You would do anything it takes for it to succeed. And that was with Freedom Chat. As I had a marketing company. We managed some websites. I asked a few of my clients, because I was managing one of the websites at a time. I saw their users. It was a news website, and I saw their users were very concerned about their privacy. And I was questioning, okay, what are they concerned about? And I did some research. I went down the rabbit hole. I did a lot of due diligence, and then I thought, okay, there is something here. I sent a message to 5 people. I said, I'm thinking of starting this. What are your thoughts? They all said, yep, go for it. And so I kind of just started. I knew I wanted to create the most private messaging app on the planet. I didn't know the name, I didn't know the color scheme, I didn't know anything. That's how companies start. And that's how I think entrepreneurs would be better served if they realize that. Like, don't sit there and be like, oh, I'm thinking of the next Uber, the next Amazon. Or that's not how it happens. You think of a problem to solve, start working on it, and then ideas come out. They don't come out fully formed. They get better as you work on them. So that's what happened with Freedom Chat, is just kept getting more refined. And now all of a sudden, 2 years after, it is this perfectly clear picture. This is what we do, this is what we're good at. But it didn't start that way. And that's what if people just begin, launch your product, you will start to develop an unbreakable passion. You're not going to have that right out of the gate. That's like saying you'd fall in love with a complete stranger and you do it like that. It takes time. It takes time to build a company, it takes time to build passion, it takes time to build a relationship. So that's how I view it.
You know, you talked about your passion, you talked about your purpose, and I also come across with many entrepreneurs. They have passion, they have purpose, they are very good at what they create. But sales and marketing, oh no, they are not ready for sales and marketing, they are not trained for sales and marketing, and somehow they hesitate. So I want to know your best sales and marketing strategy.
I think sales and marketing is often used as an excuse. Like, you're completely right. People don't know how to sell, they don't know how to market. And I think it's because it's an excuse and they say, oh, I'm not wired like that. That's not my personality. I think I'm one of the best salespeople I know. And I'm also one of the most introverted people I know. I would rather be reading and thinking than talking to somebody. But if I need to talk to somebody, I more likely than not can close a deal. And how do you do that? You read, you practice, you talk to people, you know your company, you know it like the back of your hand, because it's like confidence comes from practice. You either need to know your pitch like the back of your hand, you need to know what you're saying. If you don't know something, then of course you're going to be nervous to talk to somebody if you don't believe in your product. But if you believe in it, you want to do somebody a favor, you just talk to your product and you make some bold, audacious claims and you stick to your end of the bargain. Like, you tell people, I'm going to create the most private messaging app on the planet. This is the team we're building. This is what we're looking to do. This is how many users we think we can get in 5 to 10 years. And usually people gravitate towards that. So if you're an entrepreneur, like, sell yourself. Nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody will. And you can't say, I'm just not like that. No, go out and sell. Go talk to people. Be okay if somebody says no. Okay, they say no. There's people that have rejected me when I've asked them for money. It's been 2 years. I'm still following up with them. Like, just, you got to be persistent. You got to keep on it. And just because somebody says no, it doesn't mean they hate you. Doesn't mean, but even if they do hate you, who cares? You're trying to build a company. You got to focus on you and your family. So I think also just be okay with rejection. It really doesn't mean anything. It's just somebody saying no, and don't take it personal, because it does not matter. Think that you need to think that's 100%. Like,
You're absolutely
if
right.
people just,
Yeah.
instead of, oh, they don't agree with what I'm doing, maybe I'm wrong, or you say no, they're going to regret this, they're wrong, I know what I'm doing, I know my company. Like, get a little bit of a chip on your shoulder. That's the other advice I would give. That helps with sales and marketing.
There are so many stories in history that
Mm-hmm.
sometime investors said no and they regretted big time. So, and no, it's just like basically not right now, maybe later. And majority of business happens
Mm-hmm.
after fifth follow-up. But most of the people, they quit after one or two follow-ups and they think they are actually pushy. It's not pushy. If you do follow-up by permission only follow-up, it's not at all a problem, because if you say, okay, right now it seems it is not a good time, so is it okay if I contact you after a couple of months? So there are various ways, but yeah, as far as they are in your community, you can contact them, and if you are always connected with
There
them,
always is a
there is a
chance.
chance, right? It's so true. It is really true. And
Mm-hmm.
previously we talked about the launch balance. Now I want to talk to you about different kind of balance. How about work-life balance? Because most of the entrepreneurs or business owners, small, big, all kinds of business owners,
Hmm.
they experience burnout. So, do you have any suggestion about how to avoid burnout, how to get work-life
I
balance?
don't view it as work-life balance. I succumb to what Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, said, and he said it's work-life harmony. Because when you have a startup, it kind of consumes your life. Like it's not a 9 to 5. It's a you need to do what you need to do when the business needs it. So I think you just have to be really passionate about what you do, push through the moments of burnout. And I mean, I don't there's times I've gotten burnt out, but it's not burnt out like I can't do this anymore. It's okay, I need to take the afternoon off. I need to go spend time with my wife, and you know what, I need to take a full weekend off. I need to take 3 days off. Like that's how I view burnout. I don't view it as I need to quit entirely. No, you don't. You just need an hour to go watch a show and turn your phone off and take a nap. Like, so I think people need to view burnout. It's like a candle. Like if a candle goes out, you can relight it. It's a little dim at the moment. It relight it. So that's how I view burnout, and I think a lot of entrepreneurs should do that instead of, oh, I just don't have the passion. Well, you might be tired. Also, it's not easy. So you might also need to just push through it and get through this difficult period and be okay with that.
Thank you. That's really great advice. Now you gained so much of wisdom. So now, if you want to start from scratch, what differently you will approach? Means because my audience wants to know that if many
Mhm.
of them actually are starting from scratch, so they want to learn from your wisdom.
You, I know I could start from scratch much quicker than, like, if I wanted to start another Freedom Chat, it wouldn't take me 2 years. It'd take me 4 months. Um, my first company was a nutrition company, and that was super difficult, super time consuming. I mean, it looked difficult at the time. Looking back now, after having started 3 other companies, it was easy. So that's the thing. What you find difficult now as an entrepreneur, keep pushing, get through it. In 2 years, you'll look back and be like, how did I think that was difficult? I could do that in 2 weeks now. I could do it in a week. So it's kind of like that's really what I love starting companies, but it's who you become in the process, which is the most beautiful thing. And I mean that because if your company goes out of business, it succeeds. It really, like, that's great. But who you become in the process, you become a better version of yourself, more equipped to handle difficult problems. You are now a better salesperson, saleswoman. That's what, just be okay, like, with the process. Don't think, oh, I'm failing because I'm not doing this. Well, how much better are you than you were 6 months ago? How much better are you than you were 2 years ago? So you don't start from scratch as an entrepreneur, you start from experience. And if this is your first company, yeah, it's going to seem impossible. But then the first company might not succeed. The second one might not succeed. But when you start the third, you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from everything you learned from the first company and the second company. And that just gives you an advantage over everybody else. So the more companies you try to start, the more people you talk to, the more mistakes you made, the higher chance of success you'll actually have.
You're absolutely right. You're
Yes.
stepping ladder. You are going ahead, and yeah, you are gaining wisdom. So, of course, that's so true. So, what valuable free resource you can suggest to our
What can I
audience?
suggest?
A free resource, valuable free resource.
Um, like what I recommend that they should read, what they should listen to, or what specifically?
Yeah, any valuable free resource, because many of them they are actually
Hmm.
working on shoestring budget. So just just Any valuable free resource you
The
can
number
suggest to
one
them?
thing I'd suggest to anybody in any industry is read. Eh, Pick up a book, a library card. You can listen to podcasts. You could just learn from people that have done it. And a lot of times before you start a company, and I was like this, you think that the people that start companies and sell companies are like this existential extraterrestrial, they're these incredible individuals, and you can't be like that. Well, that's not true. You read about them, read a book about them, you'll see they suffered from insecurity, they struggled, they got divorced, they lost a kid, like they had trials and tribulations just like everybody else. But then you also learn, like, wow, they pushed through, most people didn't. So if you really want to be an entrepreneur, you want to start something, you want to sell something, the best thing you can do is read and learn. Whatever that may be, you need to read, you need to learn. Like, don't go on, just scroll through social media and say, I wonder why my idea is not coming to me. Your idea is not coming to you because you're not giving your brain anything to consume. Like,
No, that's absolutely right because I know, see, whenever a dictator wants to take control of people, first thing they do, they destroy books because books are so valuable and they are so precious. So people should, and entrepreneurship, it is the best
mhm.
self-development program. So you have to keep on learning, you have to keep on improving. It's absolutely right. Now, I have one question for you. What's the one question which I should have asked you
That's
but
a
I
good
did not
question.
ask?
Um, Give me a moment. That was one I was not prepared for, but that's an excellent question. Uh, what advice would you give to your younger self? I think what I would
All
tell
right.
my younger self, and so what I tell anybody that has not started, is you don't have to be perfect to start. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to start. And you'll start to learn. You'll fail, you'll fall over, you'll be like, what the heck am I doing? But you're going to become a better version of yourself. You're going to become proud of yourself. And if you don't ever start, I'm not going to say you're not going to be proud of yourself, but you'll never know what you could have accomplished. You'll always have this regret in the back of your mind. Well, what if I started that? What if there is nothing worse than regret. So if you have this hesitation and you're scared to start something, just start. Just jump into it. Begin. You might lose some money, you might lose some sleep. We've all got one life. And it really, looking back, I've lost a lot of money on startups that some I invested in, some I made back, some I started, but I don't regret any of that. I regret a few opportunities where I didn't take any action, and that you can't change that. Like, if that's the worst thing. So don't sit on your hands. Like I said, to read books, I said to learn, but there's also a time when you've learned enough to begin and you just need to begin.
Absolutely right. That's so true. So, where can audience find you? Where are you active, or your website? Because if they want to contact
So
you,
you
how they can
can, one,
contact
go
you?
to my website, which I'm sure you'll include the link, tannerhaas.com, and I have book recommendations there,
Mm-hmm.
articles which describe my lessons from my previous companies. You can go to freedomchat.com. One, you can download the app. If you're on Apple, if you're on Android, we'll be out this week, so you can subscribe to our wait list. And if you want to contact us, contact Freedom Chat. I'll get the message. And you can also subscribe to my Freedom Chat channel. I post my thoughts there. I give updates there. So if you're an entrepreneur, you're trying to begin, you're not, just reach out to me. Reach out to Freedom Chat. I'll get the message. And I'm always looking to help people that are trying to better themselves. And I think if every entrepreneur did that, it's a way to pay it's a way to pay it forward, because nothing's done by yourself. I've had a lot of help. nobody's going to fight your battles for you, but I've had a lot of help along the way. So I'm happy to help other entrepreneurs as well.
So you mentioned about books. So yeah, tell us more about your books. Which books you have written and have you
So I
self-published?
wrote my first book when I was 18 years old, and that was called Art of the Goal. And that was, I mean, it's a great book. Everybody should read it. It's why you need to set goals and how to accomplish every single one. Most people, entrepreneurs specifically, they think they have goals, but a goal can't just be in your head. I want to lose weight. I want to start a company. No, you need to write it down. You need to say, I'm going to start this company by this date. And like, you need to give yourself a deadline. You need to be specific. You need to excite yourself. Like, if you set a goal and your brain isn't excited, you're not setting a big enough goal. You need to be like, oh my gosh, can I actually do that? That's how big your goals need to be. So that's the first one, is Art of the Goal. The second one was How to Achieve and Receive Anything You Want. And I wrote that when I was 19. And obviously at that age, I hadn't achieved everything I wanted to achieve at the time, but I thought I had a framework that you need to believe, you need to work hard, you need to persist. And I believe I stand by that. And I think it's sort of a testament to, like, I do believe, I firmly believe I knew what I was talking about then. I know what I was talking about now because I have the body of work to back it up. And the third one was start with a step. And it's kind of what we've touched on in this podcast, is you just need to start with a step. Don't think of, how do I get to the top? How do I sell $100 million company? You have to think, how do I do this? How do I find that one investor? How do I do, like, you just take one step at a time, and the next staircase, the next step is going to become a little clearer as you keep moving forward. You're not supposed to see the whole staircase at the top. That's just not how it works.
Yes, one step at a time. Thank you. Sorry, I went little
Oh, not
longer
at
than
all.
what I promised, but I really appreciate you coming, you coming and blessing our family. Our community is our family. So thanks a lot. Keep up the great work. Privacy is so much needed, and as this era is changing with so many things, and this open AI and everything is becoming just public. It's so hard to, yeah, maintain your privacy, but it is so crucial. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate. Keep up the great work, and yeah, it's we'll stay connected because I will
I
be using your
appreciate that.
services for sure. And my audience means, yeah, my audience, I really want you to take advantage of it. It is such an important area and it is overlooked. I hardly saw anyone working on this
There's not
particular
a whole lot of people.
problem.
You're correct.
So
They're
Tanner
working on
is,
AI, and I think privacy is
yeah,
an existential threat. If we don't have privacy, we have nothing. I mean, you need to protect your conversations. You need to protect your images, videos, your financial health records. Like,
absolutely, yeah. Everywhere there is a data breach and all. Oh, I just don't want to go there. So here is your chance. Here is your chance to keep your privacy. And Tanner is doing a great job. So just make use of it. And thank you again.
thank
God
you so
bless
much
you.
for
Keep up
having
the
me.
great work. Thank
Success stories from busy professionals just like you. As a full-time project manager and dad of two, I was skeptical about fitting another business opportunity into my packed schedule. But this system was different. The ready-made products meant I didn't have to create content from scratch. And the step-by-step implementation meant I could make progress in 30-minute chunks after the kids went to bed. I launched my first digital course in 3 weeks of evenings and weekends, and made my first sales within a month. This is the first program that worked with my real life. James T., project manager and side hustle entrepreneur.
Hey, thanks for joining us. We are blessed to have you as part of our community, and whatever way we can help you, serve you, let us know. Please subscribe and let us know how we can help you, what resources you want. We have lots of free resources and also free collaboration joint venture groups you can join and explode your business, because most solopreneurs quit their business before they launch their first products, and I don't want that to happen to you. And that's why we have special launch service where you can monetize your digitals and become profitable as fast as within 7 days. And if you want to scale your business, join our membership New Beginning Success Collaboration, where we'll provide you MRR and PLR products and collaborations so that you can scale your business with ease and effortlessly. And hey, if you want to sell your digitals all over the world, yes, we will provide you affiliates more than 200 countries. So everything is possible. Just live your dream, follow your dream, and whichever way we can help you, do let us know. Thank you and God bless you.